Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving back into the 10.5 anniversary treasure map for the 5+ Vegapunk against Luffy and Zoro with the full batch team. I managed to pick up Kaido and King today. We have Big Mom and Katakuri and the rare recruits, so we're going to dive in with how to take it down with the full boost team against the final boss fight and the Intrusion. I'm just focusing on those two fights for today. If you guys want to check out my speed teams for the mini bosses, I have them over in the no new batch team. I'm basically just going to run them. However, I will be moving Magellan onto the Marco and Whitebeard fight, because he just basically covers everything there. So today we're focusing on those two big fights, utilizing the full batch team to actually take them down. Now, with all this captain shift jargon and all these crazy mechanics, it can be a little bit confusing to understand how the full batch team actually works, especially if you're not like an older head or someone that plays the game as frequently as some of us other guys do. So hopefully today's video helps you guys out. Now, if you guys don't understand my descriptions, the way I explain things, do apologize. I am sort of working on it as much as possible. I can get a little bit jumbled every now and again, but don't stress. I will be doing a playthrough video for you guys, so don't stress about that. Hit the bell notification, hit the subscribe button, because I will have these teams out once again with me actually taking down the content. But with that said, let's dive into the first boss fight, which is against Luffy and Zoro. They want you to use basically the full batch as well as 5+ Kuzan. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I love that they make this free-to-play unit super relevant in this fight. Gives a lot of value to these 5+ characters within each PK season. Strength decks, quick characters, get all the good stuff. You get bottom row special rest by 5 turns, normal attacks only, top rows are spare by 7 turns after sockets, 5 turns of an attack down if you're below a 3 or above a 3.6 times chain. On the final stage, Luffy and Zoro are weak to powerhouse characters, 7 turns of paralysis, normal attacks only, burn, full immunity, blow away immunity, and then at 90% attack down if you use any type orb. So you need the Sandler slots or you need the Wano slots. Once you defeat Zoro and Luffy, they come back with 15% HP. They give you a top row paralysis, they give you a top row special bind, and then they blow away your crewmates for 4 turns. They also give you a full board of Dex orbs as well. So you get a full board of Dex orbs, which obviously become Wano slots, thanks to the Kaido and King captain ability. So works really well. Alright, so taking a look at the full batch team, we're going to be running double Kaido and King, and on stage 2, we're going to be utilizing Kuzan 5+ on stage 2. Kuzan 5+ is great because he can actually bypass 5 turns of special reverse as a sailor. And on top of that, he can actually give you 3 turns of a chain lock at 3.25, which is going to let you fall right between the 3 and the 3.6 chain attack down. So he works perfectly here. He's going to give 2 turns of cooldown to the other character that is actually getting special reverse, which is going to be our Big Mom and Katakuri unit. Now, Big Mom and Katakuri need to be the captain on the final stage, so that way you can actually avoid all of the blow-away shenanigans. With their captain shift mechanic, they can actually give themselves 3 turns of cooldown, as well as giving us 2 turns of a base attack boost. So we're just going to utilize Kuzan on stage 2, and then we can use one of our Kaido and our King captains. Ideally, you want to use like Kaido and King. You don't need obviously both of them. Well, actually, no, you will need both of them for the final stage, won't you? So you just want to basically just use Kuzan for this particular stage. He's going to allow you to get between those particular stages. Your captains just bypass the despair. You don't have to worry about that at all. And then you can just basically just move into the final stage the free as. You can use the switch of the friend captain, Kaido and King, so that way you get some resistance and stuff like that. But that's basically all. I feel like that's all you're going to need for stage 2. Again, we'll do some testing and stuff like that. And if you do need some more damage, then we will sort of just look at utilizing maybe one of the Kaido King specials on this particular stage. Once we move into the final stage, we are going to need to switch into Big Mom and Katakuri. So that's why we want Big Mom and Katakuri to be in the bottom right-hand corner. First of all, we want to get around the paralysis because we do need the 50% HP cut of Shanks, so that way he gives himself 2 more cooldowns. Make sure you guys have this character special maxed out. It needs to be maxed out so that way you get the 6 turns and you can utilize the stage 1 once again. Once you use the stage 1 special again, you're going to remove 7 turns of paralysis, and then you also apply that increased damage taken. You're also going to heal back up just a little bit. After that, you can utilize the Shiryu and Blackbeard special. That's going to take care of the burn. 6 turns of it. You also get 3 turns of color affinity, which is going to be great for that revive mechanic as well. Works out super nicely. Once you captain switch in with Big Mom and Katakuri, after you use your middle character specials, you are going to get access to the base attack boost, and then you can get their special to get an orb buff, which works really, really nicely. Their orb buff is for 1 turn, I believe it is. I think it's only 1 turn. Maybe it's... Is it only 1 turn? There's just so much text here that I'm just like, no, it's for 2 turns. Sweet as. So you get that for 2 turns. You swap them into captain, and then obviously you can use their super type to swap them out. However, they do need to be your captain when you kill stage 3. Well, yeah, stage 3. Once you kill stage 3, obviously the revive kicks in, and then you get your crewmates blown away. But because you have Big Mom Katakuri as your captain, they're immune to the blow away. You can use the Kaido and King special, like I said, on the first turn of stage 3, and then you can use your other Kaido and King on the revive. I feel like you probably don't need 2 Kaido and Kings on the revive stage, so you could probably just use 1 Kaido King special, because they give you 2 turn buffs anyway. So I would use 1 on turn 2 and then 1 into turn 3, because as you can see here, you get this tap timing increase up to 1.75 for 2 turns. So that's going to get you right between the 3 and the 3.6 on that revive stage as well. Remember, they only come back with 15% HP, but as you get higher and higher and up with your nav levels, the HP is obviously going to be a lot. So I am going to go through this one more time for you guys, just because I know my explaining can be a little bit challenging to follow. But on stage 2, we're going to use the Kuzan special first. Kuzan's going to give 2 turns of cooldown. He gives you the 3 turns of the chain lock. Works really, really nicely. We're then going to use the friend captain, Kaido and King on stage 2. That's just going to guarantee us a kill there. And then we can move on to the final stage. Once we move into the final stage, we can use Shanks and the pseudo double special activations to remove 7 turns of paralysis. We can use Shiryu and Blackbeard to remove the burn and give us 3 turns of color affinity. It also puts us in a nice, very low HP threshold. We can then switch captain shift our Big Mom Katakuri from the bottom right hand spot into captain to get base attack and then get an orb buff. Keep them in as captain though, very important that you guys do that. And then you can utilize your Kaido and King as the final special on stage 3. Once you kill stage 3, you can activate the super type of of Big Mom and Katakuri. That'll swap you back into your Kaido and King captain, and then you can just basically kill from there. You can use the captain shift if you want to of Kaido and King, captain shift on that final stage if you really want to, just to get a little bit more damage output, but their captain shift doesn't really do too much. It gives you a conditional buff, but I feel like if you're doing big damage later down the line with your higher nabs, you might need this a little bit later down the line. But again, that sort of just depends on how much damage you need for turn 2. If you just need Kuzan, then you can obviously save your captain shifts and your captain switches for your Kaido and King. But like I said, that point isn't going to turn up for a very long time, and for most players, the way I explained it should work. But like I said, we'll do a playthrough, so don't stress. Moving on to the Intrusion fight against Vegapunk now. They want you to utilize the new batch and the new anniversary exclusive in Roger Rayleigh Gaban. On stage 1, Slash's Powerhouse, Driven, get all the good stuff, but that doesn't matter to us. We get Poison on turn 2, normal attacks only, Pain for 3 turns, 8 turns of Resilience, and then immunity to increase damage taken. If you use an attack boost, color affinity, or chain boost, the enemy is going to remove your beneficial effects 1 time. But don't stress, because you're utilizing Shiryu and Blackbeard, it can't be blown away, and then it just works out. Once you defeat this stage, though, you're going to lose 1 random crewmate to blow away. So this is why you want to switch in to Big Mom and Katakuri to avoid these particular shenanigans. On battle 3, your middle row gets special reverse for 5 turns. All your crewmates get 5 turns of special bind, 1 turn of tap limit, 99 turns of normal attacks only, and immunity except increased damage taken. The top and bottom row will take 7 turns of bind after sockets, 5 turns of slot bind to your middle row, and then 2 turns of a barrier. Very, very annoying stuff. But starting it off with turn 2, we're going to utilize the Roger Rayleigh Gaban special to take down the Pain. They basically remove all the pain and give you 3 turns of an attack boost to your strength, int, and slasher characters. It only really applies to them, the attack buff, but look, the main reason they're here is basically just to bypass that pain debuff, which is very, very annoying. With Katakuri and Big Mom, we want them to shift into captain. However, we're not going to use their captain shift. We're going to utilize our Katakuri and King captain shift. Katakuri and King will shift into the middle left when you swap from Kaido into King. So once you do that, you'll have them captain swapped in, and then you can utilize their special to get around the resilience. With that, you get access to their superclass, which will allow you to switch them back into captain for that final stage after you've just bypassed the blowaway immunity. Once you get to that final stage, you can use the Shanks special to remove the barriers. We have the Big Mom and Katakuri special to give us some, what's it called? Big Mom Katakuri are actually going to give us a, I'm losing my train of thought here. They're going to give us orb buff, but you actually want to use your Kaido and King special as they're going to be in the middle left-hand column. to remove the bind. However, your friend captain, they'll completely remove that too. So don't stress whichever way you go. If you use your Kaido King on turn 2, or if you use the friend captain on turn 2, both of them will be ready to go for turn 3. I'd probably recommend utilizing the friend captain on turn 2, so that way you can get access to the EX special of Kaido and King on the final stage as well. So again, you're not really going to need all these captain shifts unless you get to really high nav levels. But I just want to reiterate the strat again, once again. The Uta support, by the way, it is not essential whatsoever. You can actually use the EX of Kaido and King to bypass the special bind. But for myself, I'm not really going to use that, and I want this to be a little bit faster. So on turn 2, we're going to use the Roger Gaban special to bypass the pain, the Shiryu and Blackbeard to bypass the poison, and then we can utilize the captain shift of Kaido and King to go into the middle left and bring in Katakuri and Big Mom. Use the friend captain Kaido and King special in the King variation, so that way you guys get access to the quick typing and you get the end of turn damage. You can kill turn 2, move into turn 3, and utilize your Kaido and King special. You can switch with them again, obviously, to just bypass the captain, go put them back into captain, use their special, and then you can, you swap them back into captain, use their special to remove the bind, and then you can use the Shanks special to bypass the barriers. You also have the Big Mom Katakuri special, because they're with the captain, they're technically not affected by the special bind, so you can use them for the all buff as well. But again, you can use like captain shift mechanics and all that fun stuff too, if you guys want to get some more damage out of these particular characters as well. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. As I mentioned, if things are a little bit confusing, don't stress. I will put out some playthrough videos for you guys, so hopefully they will help you guys out too. But if you enjoyed the video, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's